That real good at you.
Mm-hmm.
2, 1.
Okay, we got finished. Hey,
Let's laugh.
episode and a good laugh. So, all age, don't like it, we still to a note of Chit Chat Chew Show podcast. Today, Monday, August the 6th, 2018, where I am one of the co-hosts, Aisha, also known as Jother.
I'm your other co for Chit Chat Chew Show. And apologize for starting late, technical difficulties. We had to get this laptop,
I mean, you
the processor right,
you gotta
start
it. It's acting real special. Yeah. Technology can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I just gotta keep it real, and that's just how it came out.
Yes.
So we have another great discussion and topics and all of that good stuff. Listen, we are just like so unraw and unfiltered right now. Hopefully this will go over very well. Hopefully you guys see all the flyers that's posted out on social media and join us. But for whatever reason, if you are not able to, then our replay will be available.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, for all of you, it will be available. I will make sure of that.
Yes. Yes, she will. Okay. Because if I start laughing too much, y'all gonna be like, "What is wrong with her?"
You're like, can she get on with the show?
Right. What is she doing with her life right now?
Right.
So,
oh no, you start. You good.
Okay. So we're gonna speak about Psoriasis Awareness Month. And so I've never experienced it, but I've known a few people to experience psoriasis, and that seems to be a big thing going on now, psoriasis. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I am speaking about this coming from psoriasis.org. So psoriasis, which is spelled PSORIASIS.org. So psoriasis is a mediated disease that causes raised red scaly patches to appear on the skin. It typically outside of the elbows, knees, or scalp, though it can appear on any location. Some people report that psoriasis is itchy, it burns, and it stings. Psoriasis is associated with other serious health conditions, such as diabetes. I really did not know your health
and
as far as
mentally, I had no idea.
So, right, not only me being diabetic, I have not experienced psoriasis or heart disease or even depression. I mean, that's really, it affects, like you said, your mental stability.
Right.
So if you develop a rash that doesn't go away with an over-the-counter medication, you should consider contacting your doctor. How do you get psoriasis? Excuse me. While scientists do not know what exactly causes psoriasis, we do know that the immune system and genetics play a major role in its development. Usually something triggers psoriasis to flare. The skin cells in people with psoriasis grow at an abnormally fast rate, which causes the buildup of psoriasis lesions. Men and women develop psoriasis at equal rates. Psoriasis also occurs in all racial groups, but at varying rates. About 1.9% of African Americans have psoriasis, compared to 3.6% to Caucasians. Psoriasis often develops between the ages of 15 and 35, but it can develop at any age. About 10 to 15% of those with psoriasis get it before age 10. Some infants have psoriasis. although this is considered rare. Psoriasis is not contagious. Again, psoriasis is not contagious. It is not something you can quote unquote catch or that others can catch from you. Psoriasis lesions are not infectious. How are psoriasis diagnosed? There are no special blood tests or tools to diagnose psoriasis. A dermatologist, which is a doctor who specializes in skin diseases, or other healthcare providers, usually examines the affected skin and determines if it is psoriasis. So psoriasis is completely different than eczema, okay? Your doctor may take a piece of the affected skin, which is a biopsy that they would do on you, and examine it under the microscope. When the biopsy is done, the psoriasis skin looks thicker and inflamed when compared to skin with eczema. So I just said that psoriasis is not eczema. Your doctor also will want to learn about your family history because you never know, you may have someone in the immediate family or slightly, the extended who may have psoriasis. So about 1/3 of people with psoriasis have a family member with the disease, according to a dermatologist who, according to the Dermatology and Skincare Institute in Santa Monica, California. So there are 5 types of psoriasis. Okay, so I'll do it briefly because we both want to share things. So learning more about the type of psoriasis will help you determine the best treatment for you. So there's one called plaque psoriasis, which is the most common form of the disease and appears as raised red patches covered with a silvery white buildup of dead skin cells. These patches or plaques most often show up on the scalp, the knees, elbows, and lower back. They are often itchy and painful, and they can crack and bleed. Then the other one is called guttate. Guttate psoriasis is a form of psoriasis that appears as small dot-like lesions. It almost looks like you have a form of, I don't know, the worst case chicken pox.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Guttate psoriasis often starts in childhood or young adults. Which shows up as a very red lesion in bold folds, such as behind the knee or in the. It may appear smooth and shiny. Many people have another type of psoriasis elsewhere on the body at the same time. The next one is called pustular psoriasis, which psoriasis and characterized by white blister infectious pus surrounding. The pus consists of blood cells, infection, nor is it contagious. It can occur on any part of the body, but occurs most often on the heat. So again, it's really red and pus-like. I've seen that before. I have seen that before on.
You mean this last one?
This one I just read.
Oh, this, because I've seen that or then often.
So this one, forgive me if I say wrong, this erythrodermic. Something. Dermic. Yeah. Erythrodermic psoriasis It's a particularly severe form of psoriasis that leads to widespread fiery redness over most of the body. I've seen that. It can cause severe itching and sheets.
Wow.
According it's occurring in 3% of people who have psoriasis during their lifetime. It generally appears on people who have unstable plaque psoriasis. So, I'm just going to start right there because there's other things that you can read from here. I'll just read the titles, and at your leisure, if you're interested in reading more about the different types of psoriasis, please do. So it says, where does psoriasis show up? It can be anywhere: eyelids, ears, mouth, lips, skin folds, hands, feet, and nails. They also talk about the scalp. It can go from very mild with slight fine scaling, or it can be very severe and thick. It could be on the hairline, the forehead, the back of the neck, and around the ears. Of course, the face, the hands, feet, and nails. Genital psoriasis, skin folds. So there's several, and it even goes into how severe is psoriasis. So there's so much. You can go from mild, moderate to severe. There's different treatments that doctors can prescribe you. So it's a lot on here. So just again, if you're interested, if you or someone you know, whether it's a family or a family member or a friend that has psoriasis, and educate them, let them know, let them know that there are options on they don't have to be in pain or feel uncomfortable with having this. So thank you.
Oh, that was eye opening and interesting.
Yes, because
and scary at the same time.
Right, because again, from how I read this, it's worse than eczema, and I've noticed what eczema is, and eczema can be very uncomfortable and painful as well. But psoriasis goes deeper.
It's extreme level.
It can go deeper. Yeah.
You just suffering.
Right.
It's basically.
I mean, anytime your skin is coming off on sheets, that's like the worst case scenario.
And then when your skin come off on sheets, that means your skin is going to turn really red, and it's going to really be
burning, right,
to the point of scorching, burning. Not just a burn, like it's not a normal burn. It's one of those scorching burns.
Scorching burns. As if you probably feel your skin might be on fire.
Yeah, as if you've been in a fire and you got 3rd-degree burns or something. So wow, yeah, that's definitely eye-opening.
Yes.
Wow. Well, I'm sure there's ways to combat psoriasis. I'm sure. With that being said, I had pulled up an article from psoriasis.org. Oh, I mean, would you finish?
Yes, because I want to give fair chance.
Because I saw you scroll down to something else. I thought you wasn't finished.
Oh, no, just they have all different type of treatments, moisturizers, over-the-counter, and prescriptions, creams, shampoos. That's for the mild case. Right. But
still a treatment, though.
Still a treatment. So, again, I say there's options, because if you choose to want to do what a doctor is prescribing you to get some relief, then do that. And I also feel if there's natural, holistic ways that you can do it as well. So I read from the big pharma way, so to speak.
Right. It's nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong just giving options. Again, you have choices.
Right. Whatever works for you.
Definitely.
Because everybody might not have the same thinking of how to treat themselves if they have psoriasis. So
absolutely,
it's good to throw options out there. So I'm with you there. And I know you just named a few, and I have some more to name, but these are more like I said, these are more natural remedies. So I will actually read some and give a little tidbit on each remedy that could help psoriasis. Again, this is coming from psoriasis.org, which is PSORIASIS.org. Okay, so the first one is herbs / natural remedies. So of course you all guys know, if you take any remedy for your psoriasis and they have arthritis. I didn't know they had psoriasis arthritis.
I was going to get into that.
Yeah. You might need to read on that too once I finish this up, because I think that could be informal, just to really kind of touch on that a little bit. So yes, if you're taking natural remedies, please talk to your doctor, because you could be taking medication and it might not mesh well with the natural vitamins you take, and that you can have a reaction. So please, your doctor about that. Like I said, interactions, it can cause dangerous interactions. Now, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you have pre-existing medical conditions such as diabetes or high blood pressure or mood disorders, they advise you to not take some of these herbal remedies, to not try them. They say stop using them immediately if you experience any side effects, and you tell your healthcare provider. So that's just a warning. Now the first one I have is aloe vera. So get from the aloe plant can be applied to the skin up to 3 times a day. Some research shows it can help reduce redness and scaling associated with psoriasis. Apple cider vinegar is another remedy that you can try. This ancient code affected, but apple relieve itch from psoriasis. Your bottle, but the organic apple cider vinegar at your grocery store. You apply it to your a week, excuse me, several times a week. Some people report diluting the vinegar with water. It helps prevent the burning sensation, because apple cider vinegar is strong. So
right.
You might have to dilute it some. Let's see. Anything else? Oh, if you have open wounds, vinegar will only irritate your skin and cause a burning sensation. So if it works for you, you should see results within a few weeks. Then they have one called capsaicin. It's CAPSAICIN. This is an ingredient in chili peppers that makes them hot. So that's what makes a chili pepper hot. So you add it to creams and ointments. Capsaicin blocks nerve endings that transmit pain. So they help to stop pain, basically. Let's see what else it does. They have creams too. They have OTC creams that contain this natural herb that's found in the chili pepper. It helps to reduce pain, inflammation, redness, and scaling. Dead sea salts. They didn't say salt. They said dead sea salts. So we want to be correct. We want to be accurate on that. No, don't be grabbing up some dead sea salt from the store or something and think it's gonna help you. But so they said add dead sea salt or Epsom salts to your warm, not hot bath water and soak it in the tub for about 15 minutes, and it may help remove scales and ease itching. Be sure to apply moisturizer to your skin as soon as you get out the tub. Oats is another remedy you can try. This is considered one of nature's best skin soothers. Let's see. So there's been reports that tried this remedy. They applied it as a paste, or the itchy skin and reduces redness. They got tea tree oil. Okay. It's from Australia. Tea tree oil is believed to have antiseptic qualities. Some people oil and they have their scalp psoriasis. Turmeric, another remedy that's you can't go wrong with. And of course, turmeric has the most powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Let's see. Now, this they say curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, also has the ability to alter gene expression. Let's see. Okay, so they say you can take turmeric as concentrated in pill form or supplement form, or if you like curries, adding it literally to your food, like you got, liberated. Be liberated to add it to your food and see what happens. Then let's see. I got one more for you guys. They got this one called Oregon Grape. I cannot say the name because it's one of those difficult long names, but I would just say Oregon Grape and leave it at that. But it is a powerful antimicrobial herb that plays a role in immune response. Studies show that applying a cream containing 10% mahonia is effective in treating mild to moderate psoriasis. So Oregon grape, also known as mahonia. I just keep it short like that. Let's see what else they have. Because it is in the alkaloid family, mahonia should only be used topical unless under physician supervision. So again, in each one that I've read, most of them definitely say, just be cautious of mixing your natural herbs or supplements with medicines that you actually take, that you actually prescribe from your doctor. You want to be careful of mixing those two because it can cause side effects. So definitely be cautious of that.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure that's okay to use. All right. But I found these some great tools, great resources where people can use for themselves to actually cure their bodies of psoriasis.
Really
or
interesting.
at least for long periods of time, reduce it.
Right.
At least, if not cure. But it doesn't hurt to try.
Mm-mm.
What you think of these herbals and natural remedies?
Well, I'm always a big advocate of herbal or natural remedies because that's what I grew up on with my mother and my nana, who she was an extreme herbalist. She was a RN, as I've said previously, and she just believed in growing natural herbs, growing her own food, actually her fruits, her veggies. Just she had a little, I don't want to say farm, but she had a garden, better word. She had a garden. And I mean, she cooked a lot from scratch and she made different things. I'm talking about from the breads to just everything was from scratch, all natural. And if you sneezed, she found something, you would not sneeze, you would not catch a cold, or if you had a little cold, you would not have it for an extended period of time because you would take that nasty medicine or eat that nasty root, and it worked.
It goes right away.
It goes right away, exactly. So
that's what herbs are put here
right.
For.
So I from the earth, from the ground. So
to use and heal.
To use and heal. So
yes.
I personally strongly believe in them. However, I know I have slid and have taken a lot of big pharma meds, which has totally shifted or threw my body off. But again, today I'm down to 3. And one is a vegan iron pill that I take. So really down to 2, because technically it should be like 4, but I take 2. So I'm a work in progress with knocking those 2 down and probably eventually getting off the iron. It's all about getting good for me. So I'm different. For me, I believe in, I want to go back to that, to those essential oils, to those herbs and heal my body. Because when I think about over the year, it wasn't just 22. When I think about over the years, just how many pills I've taken from the age in my mid to late 20s, 30, closer to 40. So those a lot of psycho like just instability with those meds, because we all know when you take one, you have to take to help with that med, with that side effect, and it's a continuous thing. So I'm wanting, for me personally, to get back into those natural remedies to heal my body the way that I was raised up on doing that. So and even a cough syrup that I probably, once upon a time, I don't know if anybody remember, like I can remember my mom, if like I had chest pains or coughing, I remember her giving me like 2 spoonfuls of Vicks. I would not trust that now, but back in the day, she gave me Vicks. It opened my chest right up, was not sick at all. Like if I was, it did not last long. Then I remember her giving me, of course, castor oil.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay, and my mother would used to heat it up and give it to me warm, and it was already disgusting.
My mother would kill me and my siblings with that castor oil.
Like an overload of castor oil.
Right.
However, it cleans you out.
Yes, it is.
Right?
You can use it kind of like as a colonic too.
Yes, you can use it as a colonic. Definitely.
I'm gonna warn you. If y'all know back in the day, it's not wise to be out.
It's not.
No. And have castor oil in your stomach. Now you gotta stay home a couple of days.
Stay home, right? Like you taking that Friday, you might as well just accept that you're gonna be in the house for the weekend. Yep. For the weekend, because it is going to cleanse you out continuously.
You will be in that bathroom. Yeah.
Excuse me, definitely. So I remember those days. I also remember, if anybody, Father John cough syrup used to be the cough syrup in my house. It was an over the counter. It wasn't a prescription, over the counter. And listen, again, not too good. Didn't taste so good because it had castor oil in it. However, it was one of those nasty remedies, but there was no time to stay sick for days and weeks. You had to, your parent or parents gave you that medicine. And so by Monday, that butt was going back to school. There was no time to be homesick like that. It just wasn't. Parents didn't have a lot of time to stay at home. They had to work and they had to provide. So that's why I want to go back, nasty or not. I want to go back to those days where I can heal, not only heal my body, but heal the mind, just heal my temple from head to toe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, I do have articles, but I'm not going to read those. So I will make sure to post these on psoriasis. This is more natural cures and treatments that people can use if they suffer with psoriasis. I will post that up on our Instagram and Facebook really soon. So other than that, we can move on to the next topic.
Can I just read this little bit about the arthritis part real quick?
Go ahead.
So I'm not going to hold you real long. I just want to speak briefly on psoriasis, arthritis, the symptoms. So in treatment, psoriasis prevent or limit extensive joint damage in later stages of the disease. Can develop in a joint after an injury and may seem like a cartilage tear. Excuse me. Here's some common symptoms of psoriasis arthritis. So generalized fatigue, tenderness, pain, and swelling over the tendons, swollen fingers and toes that look like sausages, stiffness, pain, throbbing, swelling and tenderness in one or more joints, a reduced range of motion, morning stiffness and tiredness, nail changes. For example, the nail separates from the nail bed and or becomes pitted with mimics, fungus infections, redness and pain of the eye, such as conjunctivitis.
Yeah.
Conjunctivitis. So psoriasis, arthritis usually affects the distal joints, those closest to the nail, in fingers and toes. You also may experience symptoms in your lower back, your wrist, knees, or ankle. In 85% of patients, psoriasis occurs before joint disease. If you have been diagnosed with psoriasis, it is important to dermatologist if you have any aches and pains. There is little connection between your severity, psoriatic arthritis, that's how it is. Psoriatic arthritis severity. Having a severe case of psoriasis does not necessarily mean a person will have a severe case of psoriatic arthritis. A person could have few skin lesions but have many joints affected by the arthritis. So I just want to read that a little bit. It also goes into how it's diagnosed, what kind of arthritis do you have, psychiatric arthritis do you have, what about children with that type of arthritis, psychiatric arthritis in the children, what should you do if you have it, and what kind of services are there for those who have psychiatric arthritis. So there's a wealth of information. Please, like I said, if you or maybe someone you know has it and they're just unfamiliar on what to do, where to go, how to treat it, we're going to make sure, Uno's going to make sure that this information is posted for you. Knowledge is power. Power is knowledge. Don't be so selfish where you have this mentality like, oh, it's not affecting me, because you never know.
That's true.
It could affect you. You never know. You know, let's love on each other as far as what I mean, sharing information to someone else that it can benefit.
Right. Absolutely. All right, so let's get into Chicago.
Yeah. Oh boy, Chicago.
I'll let you start that off.
You sure? Cause
yes,
you
I'm very sure.
Okay.
I'm very sure. Because I'm gonna go a different angle a little bit with this.
Okay.
With my articles, that's why I said you go first, and then this actually would be in chronological order. It would make more sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is coming from ChicagoTribune.com. And if you have not heard, this is something that this article is from today, August 6th. Okay, this is something that recently happened in Chicago. So, in less than 7 hours, 41 shot, 5 fatally as violence rips Chicago. Okay, so starting about midnight Saturday, at least 41 people were shot citywide, 5 fatally in a period of less than 7 hours, as a gunman targeted groups at a block party, after a funeral, on a front porch, and in other gatherings, according to authorities. The bloody toll comes as tens of thousands of concert goers converge downtown for Lollapalooza, excuse me, which drew heightened security and a large police presence following the country's deadliest mass shooting at a Las Vegas music festival last year. In contrast to the joyous scene downtown, the brunt of the violence early Sunday was felt on the west side, where 26 people were shot in separate attacks between midnight and 6:50 a.m., according to police figures. The largest shooting, which injured 8 people, happened in the South Side's Gresham neighborhood, as a group including a 14-year-old girl was standing in a courtyard just before 12:40 a.m. The crowd has gathered after attending a funeral repast, said Fred Waller, Chicago's police chief of patrol. During a Sunday news conference, Waller voiced frustration at gang members whom he blamed for taking advantage of large summer crowds to use as cover to take revenge. The gang members do not fear repercussions from the law, Waller said. They take advantage of that opportunity and they shoot into a crowd no matter who they hit, Waller said. So, okay.
Oh.
This is even a block party was not safe from the violence. So this was a 17-year-old boy killed on bike among 6 shots since Sunday afternoon. So this is at 16th Street and Avers Avenue. People in lime green t-shirts from an annual block party in the West Side's Lawndale neighborhood gathered on sidewalks and in streets after a shooting there around midnight. Crime scene tape crossed 16th Street east of Springfield Avenue and stretched far down the block past Penn Elementary School on the south side of 16th. There, a 13-year-old boy was shot twice in the right arm. A car drove up to the gathering and 2 people got out and opened fire into the crowd, hitting 2 more teenagers and a 25-year-old man. If they shoot you, they don't even run, said one man watching police work the scene. They just walk away. They ain't trying to run. The youngest person hurt was an 11-year-old boy shot in the left leg on the west side, also in the Lawndale neighborhood. He was on the sidewalk with 5 other people, including that 14-year-old boy, when 2 men came up to them and started shooting, police said. Although investigations were just getting underway, Waller said many of the shootings appeared to be targeted attacks. Police also noticed that many of the shootings were in 4 police districts, including the West Side's Harrison, Ogden, and Austin police districts that have struggled with violent crime this year. Waller said police were sticking with their strategy that targets illegal guns, and prior to this weekend's surge, they credited it with declines in homicides and shootings from last year. So more than 5,500 illegal guns have been confiscated on the street this year. Their police are planning coordinated enforcement that will target gangs and individuals they believe are driving violence, while police also seek to thwart retaliatory attacks. So about 15 of those shot were in their teens. Again, earlier Sunday, police said there were 40 Saturday and 10 a.m. Sunday.
This is sad.
Later in the day, however, police counted 34 shooting victims and 5 homicides in the same 24-hour period. And then in the attack in Gresham, 7 of those shot were 21 and younger. During one 2.5-hour early morning period, 25 people were shot in 5 multiple injury shootings. One of the dead was a 17-year-old Janae Patterson, who was shot in the face. Sunday evening, more than 24 relatives of Patterson, a Manly Career Academy high school senior, sobbed outside her family's brown brick 2-flat. Okay, so it's so many, it's so much, and it's so sad.
I'm mad. I'm just pissed.
I can't even explain, like, anger. Like, these are not my relatives, nor do they have to be my relatives, but they are part of my Black and brown community. And it is so sad that our own people, which some of our own Black and browns, brothers and sisters, don't think that there's not Black on Black crime. I don't agree with no Black on Black crime, white and Black crime. Like, when it comes to crime, I am not color struck. but it's horrible, and it makes me angry, and it makes me sad, and it makes me want to cry when it just has me all over like an emotional roller coaster when every time you look on social media or the news, there is so much violence. And it's not just older people. If you look, it's a lot of younger, it's like 35 and under getting killed. And for what? And there's no remorse. And like it just said in here, they'll kill you or shoot you, and they don't run.
They just stand right there and walk away when they feel like it.
Right. They have no fear. And how can you think there's no black on crime is crime? I don't give a damn what color it is.
I think that's what they base it on. Why it has to be labeled black on black crime when it should just be labeled as crime, period.
Because it's our black damn brothers and sisters that's killing it. We are killing each other. We are killing each other. And it's white people that's killing black people, and it's black people that's killing white people. It's horrible.
Why?
We talking to said 17, 25, they killed 5 years. What's really bad, overly to know that the end is coming. It's revealing itself.
And martial law is gonna hit Chicago.
And it's gonna hit, yes, martial law.
So all these Negroes in Chicago think you so tough. So let's see how you gonna deal with martial law running up in your neighborhood. Let's see how gangster you gonna be then. Because it ain't gonna be fun. It ain't gonna be pretty.
And that's when they shut it down.
Right.
So I had a much lower experience than Chicago probably will have with that martial law. I remember when I lived on the outskirts of Philly, and it was just a lot of shooting, and I'm gonna call it for what it is. It was black young boys that was killing black young boys, and it just had gotten outrageous to the point martial law had to come in. And if you did not live in that neighborhood with a recent photo ID, you was not getting that ass up in there.
And if you try to fight against them, they will
shoot you right where you stand.
Don't care.
Yes, did not care.
As they should. To be honest with you,
you couldn't even to a point go on your porch. You had to go in by a certain time. I mean, it was just very. It was a situation. It was situations, and it was sad. Because some of these brothers, a couple of them I knew, and some of them I knew of because they were in my kids' age range and knew some of their parents. And I mean, it gotten to the point where you got people that's still serving life in jail. And this has been, I can't even remember. It's horrible. And just now getting off the bus, and we're walking back to my crib. Like, seriously, this guy who looked like he was Indian, I guess. I don't know what he was on, but he was driving and speeding down the street, and whatever he was like, he was demonic to me. I just got to be honest. He was demonic to me. I don't know what he was on, but it was just he was definitely on it. But it was
a demon was in him.
Yes, like for real, he was very demonic to me. Like, he's flying down the street. It could have been a child. He could have hit anybody.
He didn't care,
and he didn't care. His facial, like, I looked him in his face.
I seen that,
and he looked very demonic.
Right.
Like, seriously, I know people like, oh my God, demonic. Nah, that's not. Yes, he looked very.
Everybody's
demonic.
Not human. There are some demonic people on this planet. People better wake up.
This wasn't just he had a negative look. That ass was demonic, like that.
I really believe them gangs in Chicago are demonic. I truly believe that.
I would not.
That's exactly what they are.
Yeah, I can't even imagine living there.
This is your human life. No living organ, no living being that have no soul, no heart, no nothing. That's what you call a demon. Who wants to cause destruction everywhere they go. They feed off a dark energy.
It's almost like Chicago is about to be wiped off the face of this earth.
It is. All in due time. And if Trump does it, don't be surprised.
He's telling you what it is. He most definitely has told us who he is, what he is about from the door.
Yes.
When he came in, when he found out he told you before he won, and he reminded us after he won. Like if y'all want to be stupid and slow and don't want to take heed to what I'm saying,
and clean up your community
and get your shit together,
we taking you out of here.
We taking you out.
And you know what? To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep him real. He should take him out. Now, I don't agree with a lot of shit I do not agree with Trump with. I don't give a fuck about Trump. I don't care about him. I don't support his views. But this one view, I agree with. I said it. Them Negroes need to be annihilated. I don't care what y'all black people say. Don't try to make excuses for them and say it's their condition, it's white supremacy, social construction, racial bias. Okay, great and all. I understand all that. But it doesn't give them a right. I'm talking about the gangs. It doesn't give them a right to kill their own people. So with that being said, violated because they serve no purpose here for black people. All they do is cause destruction. All they do is ruining people's lives. They're not doing nothing productive. They're not trying to be productive citizens in society, period. They're not doing anything for black people. They're not doing nothing for the community. They're gone. They're mentally and spiritually gone. There is no hope for them. And I'm sure there's been people in Chicago, and I've heard about that too. There's been people in Chicago who try to help these brothers. And the only way they're going to deal with it is in a destructive way. So if they don't try more than once, it's time to let them go. Because they're so used to killing people that's wired in their psyche. That's all they know. Like how you black people say when you're raised up a certain way and you're a mindset. That is all. You don't know how to be. You don't know how to have sympathy or empathy or care about human life. So anything that's going to bring the race down, what do you have to do? You have to do some process of elimination. I think I done said this on the show before. Why do you think China got to where they are now? You think they just what? I mean, you think they just sat around and hoped and prayed and marched and rallied? No. What they had to do when they saw the ones who were destructive to the community, who brought the race down, who was not productive within the race at all, they took them out. They're out of here. There is no talking about it. There's no trying to reason on why they're in the condition they're in. It's just no reasoning. They had no choice because they saw the future detriment of the people if they kept going in the pattern they was going in. And this is the pattern that black people are in, as black people we are in now. But they saw that in their own race. So they had to annihilate some of them. They kept all the strong ones and got rid of all the weak ones. And they had to rebuild. And over the years, as they rebuild, whether that's socially, politically, economically, even family foundation, I'm sure, all aspects, they rebuilt, period. And they now became one of the mightiest races on the planet. Black people want to keep making excuses. and have reasoning for everything and think we can save all black people, and it's not possible. You cannot save all of black people at all. Everyone's not going to make it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But the reality is, some will make it and some will not. So live with it. It is what it is. So, hey, whatever Trump want to do, he can do away with that. I don't give a damn. I'm not speaking of the ones who actually trying to do something for Chicago community. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones who's doing nothing for the community. It don't have to be just gang members. Any degenerate Negro who ain't trying to do nothing needs to be taken out of here, period. And that's how I feel about it. And that's the only thing I agree on with Trump, that one thing. I mean, what is the, tell me, y'all tell me. I want some feedback. Y'all tell me what should be done. I want to see this because, I mean, you can sit here and say they might need some educational plan. They might need some financial structure. They might need some spiritual guidance. I mean, all these things. But is that really going to change them? They're going to divert right back to what they're doing because they're so far gone. There's just now it's the young, it's the youth. Now, if you're talking about, there is hope for them. That's what people should focus on, the youth. And I ain't talking about the ones that's in gangs and they young. I'm talking about the ones that have some potential, who that probably have somewhere you can mind up. Say young ones you can't damn save either, because there's some young ones in Chicago who's in the gangs too. It ain't just a certain age. There's way young kids in it too. So I hate to say it too. Hey, if there's some kids in the gangs, they gonna have to get annihilated too. It is what it is. It's called salvation. The same way the elite feel how there's too many humans on the planet, 1 billion people, maybe a little more than that. They feel like it's too many that consume this planet, and it needs to be a balance. If it's bad, you got good and bad. So if it's a bad amount of people and a good amount of people, someone's got to go. So they want to eliminate a certain amount of people on the planet. That's just nature taking its course, period. And that's what black people, they need to adapt this concept of adaptation. Like process of elimination, people. That's all I can say. I'm just pissed. Like you reading that, Jay, that just pissed me off. So I have no sympathy for them. I have no empathy. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Bye. Get off the planet. You serve no purpose.
Yeah, it's really sad and heartbreaking and angry. This is like hard. This is hard, but I have to speak on it because this is reality. And I know we like to talk about good things and positive things, which we certainly should give credit where credit is due and for accomplishments of what people do. But there's also on that flip that there's things that's happening, and again, for me, it may not be me that I'm aware of, but it's still my black brothers, my black and brown brothers and sisters. And when I get done with this, I'm gonna be done. And Una will talk about what she needs to talk about. So this is something that happened yesterday because
I got one more part to say, and I'm done with it.
This happened yesterday, which was Sunday. So in the most recent shooting, 3 men and 2 women were hit about 6:50 a.m. when a gunman came out of an alley and opened fire on the group in the first block of North LeClaire Avenue in the South Austin neighborhood. 32-year-old with 4 wounds, including 2 to the left, was taken to the Stroger. A 27-year-old old woman was taken to Stroger. 4 gunshot wounds to her left arm and wrist, while a 21-year-old woman was treated and released from West Suburban Medical Center. A fold up at Stroger with a gunshot wound in his lower left leg. He was in good condition. No arrest has been made in the when a 33-year-old man was shot once in each of his legs in the 12100 block of South Bishop Street by someone last seen northbound on Bishop in a small Ford car. He was in fair condition. About 15 a.m., 4 more people in the 1600 block of North. One fatally. A 19-year-old was pronounced. A 21-year-old man shot in the upper right thigh, and a 37-year-old man were taken to West Suburban and stabilized. The unknown male also went to Stroger. Shortly before him, there was a 29-year-old man that was shot in the neck. He was pronounced dead at 2:58 in the Barfield Park. A 14-year-old boy was shot in the left in the 2200 Blasky Road. He's in good condition. I mean, the list goes on. I think this person was 37, but most of them are 35 and down. 17 shot in the leg. Another boy shot in the leg. 21-year-old shot in the right arm. I mean, this list goes on and on, and this is heartbreaking, really heartbreaking. Hopefully, side note, to bring it down, technology is really challenging us right now.
Refresh it.
Huh?
Well, not end it, but refresh it.
Okay.
It's not going to end.
So, are we still live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're still live right now, but it's all good. I'm just gonna keep talking. You can see us if you can hear it. I mean, it's on, really on. So that's much what I really wanted to say. Again, I don't know if you guys are even hearing.
I'm kind of hesitant to even refresh it.
So
kind of hesitant.
I guess we're just gonna roll with it, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen afterward. We're gonna test it out and see if you can see us and or hear us. It's breaking up bad. Okay, David said it's okay. Okay. Thank you.
Let's see.
Let's see. You said reload?
Think I should try it?
Didn't it say reload somewhere?
Yeah. Changes you made may not be saved.
I guess we can try reload because let's see guys.
Let's see what happens. Still going and refreshing.
Okay, so David, if you're still there, let us know if you can hear us. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go.
Now leave off what you were saying.
So basically, what I was saying, I was reading off some more individuals that got shot on these, but every 35 or even for that matter 32 and under, as young as so far what I've seen 11 years old. So it is, and I call it black on black crime. I don't care what nobody else decide they want to call it. Your thoughts are your thoughts. It's all good. Crime is wrong regardless, but when it's our own black and brown brothers, that's brothers or sisters that's killing each other, it's emotional, and I take it personal when it doesn't happen, and it does, and no, as far as I know, I don't relate it to me, but because I tribe, it's just sad. These people are getting, Chicago is off the chain. It just got better. Thank you. Thank you. Had to do a little so yeah, hopefully, whatever blacks out, we will be born for us, because we want to stop, keep it rolling, and hopefully you guys can get a good amount of what we're saying.
Right.
So it's just sad overall. It pisses me off. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Every time I hear about Chicago and the Chicago they have in general just pisses me off. It's like there's always something going on, and then you have the crooked Chicago police. That makes it no better, because they're not doing nothing. So nothing tangible about it.
Exactly.
No execution. I feel like it's not a fair execution for how they approach gang violence. I feel like they could do a lot better job. I mean,
they could, but they don't care.
No, they don't care, because they benefit.
Absolutely.
Hell, here on this side. Okay,
we are really being challenged. Those devilish little nasty negative energies that's going on right now. Sometimes this happens, but thank you for your patience.
Seems like they want to stop our message.
Exactly. That's
what it seems.
That's what it seems like. Like they definitely want to stop our message.
Powers that be.
It goes through technology.
Yes.
Absolutely. But guys, catch what you can catch on here, because we're going to keep it going until we're done with what we have to say on everything that we have to say. So if there's some things that you don't grip, we apologize in advance, but continue to listen to this podcast that we have. That's all I can say. That's all I can encourage you to say.
Absolutely. Now, where was I at? Oh, I was speaking. Yeah, because this Wi-Fi had me sidetracked. I was speaking about the social ills of the Black community when the government is planting guns in the neighborhood in different areas. in the communities that the black people live in, more so the poor sides of Chicago. Now, knowing that it's low in poverty, they don't have a lot of access to great things that could be beneficial to their life overall. So to see guns planted everywhere, of course they're gonna pick it up. Although it's dumb to pick it up. I don't know why you pick it up knowing it's a setup. But in their minds, people see guns, they like them, it's fun, they get happy, and there you go. Things start happening in a very destructive way. But I was saying too that the Chicago police are also crooked. So, like you said, Jay, they're not doing nothing to really solve the problem of gang violence in the community.
Because there's less work that they can do.
And they benefit off of it. At the same time.
Kill off these brothers and sisters.
Right.
Less for us. I mean, they're gaining something for it, but less, how can I put it? Less.
You said the right words, really. I mean, and the truth be told, in them gangs, that I learned something. Because what I actually gained from Kanika Jenkins' case is I noticed that just gang members in general in Chicago, they have families connected in the Chicago Police Department. So you got to look at that factor too. I'm not just talking about the Kanika Jenkins case and those who are involved have family members. I'm just talking about overall. I'm sure there's other gang members, that has nothing to do with Kanika Jenkins case, but they're just gang members who have family connected to the police departments in Chicago. So you got to look at that as well. I mean, so of course they're not going to do as much. Because like I said, everyone's getting paid off. That includes the gangs and the police. And like you said, Jay, they
might even be some of these people's parents that's getting paid off. I would not put it past anyone.
Because they're part of those Masonic, they're part of Masonic order. It's a brotherhood. And they have sisterhoods as well. So they ain't just males involved, there's females involved too. The one thing I do understand too, that just in black communities in general, there's no family foundation. There's no structure. And that leads a lot of black people down destructive paths. And unstabilized. They have unstabilized lives. Whether they're interacting with people or they're really interacting with themselves. Like it affects their relationships. It really and having any kind of human interaction. And that plays a factor in Chicago too.
And in Chicago, and as well as in general, especially when you don't have the mother and father role figures or role models in our black families. It's more than a little that you find these young men getting incarcerated.
Seems like they get younger and younger.
On a repetitive thing. They get out, they go back. They get out, they go back. And I'm giving all credit to all of the mothers, including myself, that have been the mother, because I'm not my son's father. I am his mother. So I did the best that I could do as far as raising him to be the best young man or man that he can be. But I can't be around him 24 hours. I'm not a man, so I can't do those manly things. And it's just unfortunate in a lot of children who are brought up in single parenting homes where the father is not present. Even there are times when, a father starts out being in the home and then it's like he goes, or he's like, that plays a big impact. I mean, I came from a single parent home.
Me as well.
First was from a single parent home, and you just kind of see that pattern always constantly repeating itself. And then again, like I said, you see these young men who constantly stay incarcerated. Now, I'm not here to blame, but it's a pattern, and I don't know what can be done. Everybody can't be rehabilitated.
No, and I just spoke on that. I agree. That's true.
And it's just sad. Like we just talked on the bus coming here, how there's quite a few states and or countries, like I saw France saying that it's okay. Like they are passing, or they have passed a law that they are allowing pedophilias to, it's okay to have sex with a minor, with a baby.
So they're normalizing pedophilia.
So they're normalizing pedophilia. And we were speaking about how they want to add a letter to the LGBTQ community. And
see how dangerous that can be?
Right. Though? And like they're blaming it on that community, and it has really nothing.
That's confusion.
Right. It's confusion. So if a man go in there, well, I guess in his mind, he decide, okay, I can either walk in as a man or I can dress up as a woman and go in there, and there's young children.
Oh, yeah, because they have the bathroom policy,
right,
too.
The bathroom policy.
Right.
It's like, I'm just saying, LGBT community, you got to be real careful on what type of laws you want to pass or be pushed, because
you open the doors to other things you don't want.
Pandora's box wide open, and it's gonna be situations where you might not be able to get that reverse, because once it's in, it's in.
That's it. I'm not saying. I mean, look. Me and Jade are part of LGBTQ. We support it wholeheartedly, but there's certain things we just can't get with. We can't agree with, and this is one of them. Like you said, LGBTQ folks, yes, we have to be careful what we want implemented in law. Because like you said, Jade, it opens a Pandora's box for other things to come in.
Right.
And that, I mean, it all started with passing the gay marriage in all 50 states. That's where it started at, because now pedophiles feel like, well, if they legalize their lifestyle, meaning the LGBTQI, if they're able to exercise their lifestyle,
and get these laws behind them,
and be who they are, express who they are, how come we can't have the same rights? They're gonna feel like they're getting mistreated. I'm saying in their minds, and they feel like it should be normalized as well. So yes, we did open the door for this. I mean, you can get mad, you can feel some kind of way, you can disagree with it, but that's just the truth. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. It don't make me uncomfortable, but I have to look at the reality of it. It's what is.
Right. So we need, as people, as human beings, to be real careful about what we're really wanting to put into a place of action. You need to be really careful about that. And I know that there's supposed to be certain laws where that if you are same-sex married, you can be entitled to certain things, right? But I also feel on the other part of my brain, okay, that piece of paper, does that really justify the commitment between?
That need to be another topic.
Two, yeah. So
that's a whole.
That's another topic, good people.
But you're right, though. No, touch a little bit on that, though, just a little bit.
I mean, I guess that's about as touch. I mean, because part of me is like, okay,
there's more broadening reasons.
Right. I get it, but then again, is that piece of paper determining your love or commitment for each other? Right, because that piece of paper, what did I say last time we had this little brief discussion offline? We spoke about this.
I forgot what you said on
that. But we're going to touch base with that
a whole nother
on
show.
The Lotus Monk show.
Yeah.
for that community, because I would really like to hear feedback, and don't tell us we wrong, because our thoughts and opinions are ours, just like your thoughts and opinions will be yours.
Nobody's wrong or right.
Right. There's not a right or wrong to it. But yes, that has started opening up the Pandora's box, because they're going to feel like, I can go in this bathroom too. And I see me, because let me tell you something, they don't like the old heads no more. They don't like y'all old heads no more. They want them little 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds, 5-year-olds. That's who they want. The younger, the better.
That's what they feel.
If you pass a certain age, you too old for them.
You're right. They get no sexual pleasure.
They get no pleasure out of that. Hint, R. Kelly. Yep, I said it. R. Kelly. I don't even support his music. I don't even listen to.
I don't want to talk about him. We need to do a show on that too. I forgot.
I don't even feel him no more. It's done. Man. And slowly but surely, I'm gonna start knocking down some other people.
Because he's not the only one.
He's not the only one.
Charlemagne.
The God.
There's a lot of them that's
the God
that was involved or are involved with young teenage girls.
And they're telling
and
boys, especially boys. A lot of boys involved. If you don't think that,
I'm not saying Charlemagne did that. Let's clear this up now.
Let's clear that up. Let's clear it.
I'm only sticking to what the story that's out now that y'all guys, I'm sure y'all know about that. Y'all will.
There are men and women, because the women don't be talked about.
Yeah, they do it too.
The women molest these young boys and young girls, as well as the men do the same thing.
That's true.
And it's been happening.
It's
been happening.
I think, and since you're saying that, I think that might be a factor to why a lot of Chicago gangs is reckless now. Like, you gotta think of the trauma they probably went through too. There's so many factors you can put in
trauma, those initiations and stuff,
all kind of stuff. Even what they went through before they got in the game. Like, what's happening in their home, or didn't even have a home,
You know, a lot of them are raising themselves, just like today's youth. Or young adults or millenniums or whatever, a lot of them are have been raising themselves from a young age. They didn't have no parent figure. Who knows what and where their parents were or whatever. And so they had to raise themselves and do whatever means necessary that they had to do to survive.
Exactly.
It's a sad situation either way you look at it. It's
so
just
I know something
up.
has to be done in Chicago. I do know that.
Right.
Even the rape culture in the Black community. Now, see, that needs to be a topic too.
Absolutely.
Because that is so unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. There's no reason Black men should be going around doing that at all.
And doing it with your cousins, blood. I mean, we're not talking about play cousins. We talk about through the bloodline. You think it's okay to have sex with your second cousin, or you think it's okay to have sex with your sister,
and young at that,
and young.
Because a lot of me going for the young girls in the family.
Oh yeah, it's more pure to them.
Right.
You tainted after a certain age. Yeah, I know all about that. Being a young person, I had one. But I'm not going to go there with that one because that would definitely trigger me. But I've had experience of in the past when I was younger, even up to being grown, where we are blood and you see nothing wrong with wanting to have sex with me. I got a problem with that. I still do, even though I'm far, far away from them. But it's just nasty. Like,
that's
it's
disgusting,
nasty,
man.
Nasty.
That's disgusting.
So yeah, that's a topic that needs to be. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be triggered. I'm gonna tell you in advance, I'm gonna be triggered. But it's my healing and my journey and my recovery to talk about this, because it needs to be talked about, because so many young men and young women are going through this right now in this age, and this year, that are silent, that are suffering in silence and hurt, and they need someone that's genuine and honest to let them know, yes, I've been through the same or similar stuff.
You can tell in their actions that they're suffering.
Oh, absolutely.
Through life, the patterns that they use to deal with their trauma, and it's not in a positive way either.
No,
at all.
That. They do unhealthy things.
Make unhealthy choices.
Unhealthy choices, yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
This gotta stop. Seriously, man. This is disgusting, man. I'm just disgusted about everything. I'm just disgusted. I'm done. Yeah. Oh yeah. We need to move on.
Okay, so we're going to move forward to our last topic and discussion.
Well, I get triggered.
I'm triggered.
I'm gonna yell all through this show, the rest of the show. So I think we need to go ahead and
let's move forward. Yeah, because this is very passionate and dear to my heart. It really is. So yeah, let's move forward.
I'm just passionate about my people, and I want them to be better.
Yes. We have to stop making excuses.
Yeah, and that's another thing I wanted to say. Black people, stop making excuses. Fix it.
Work on fixing it. Yes.
Be honest with yourself and fixing it. Those Chicago gangs, you need to be honest with yourself. You know what you're doing to the community. Look your damn self in the mirror. And make some changes. And that's another thing. They can't keep blaming on how they grew up and their social environment and the white man and the white woman and the police department. At the end of the day, you gotta be responsible for you. Man up, woman up.
Right.
Because you can't keep pointing fingers. Because like you said, Jay, every time you point fingers at somebody else, it's pointing right back at you.
There's a finger that's pointing back at you. So y'all need to woman it up and man it up, like you said.
Be responsible. You grown. And if you're not grown, you at least have some sense of knowing right from wrong.
Mm-hmm. You definitely do.
I'm just tired of black people make excuses for everything.
Shit is sickening.
So do something about it.
It's so sickening.
I'm just sick of the blame game and what you went through. Okay, everybody went through something.
And the pity party, yes. And
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear it.
Going back, thinking about the slavery. Yes, we know. But can we please, right? Can we please just move on and forward? Ooh, nam your hovering KO.
Okay, people off because they don't want to hear the truth. They be all right. I don't give a damn.
Right, me either.
At all.
Me either.
I can keep going, but I'm gonna move on though. They be all right.
Yeah, they will be. Go ahead.
All right, man. So
which one you reading from? So I don't. Okay, we're not in the same one.
So
okay.
So the next topic is. Oh well, you got different articles, so we would not be reading for the same thing.
Okay.
This last topic is about LeSean McCoy and Delicia Cordan. So he was accused. I think he did the shit, but he's accused of planning an assault on his ex-girlfriend, and there's actually evidence of this. There's pictures, and she made 911 calls and things of that nature. So I'm going to actually read just a tidbit from Shade Room. So if you want to read the rest, go to Shade Room, or you really can just go to Google the story and read its entirety of everything. So the headline reads, LeSean McCoy and Delicia Cordan were reportedly scheduled to appear in court prior to alleged abuse. Now, on Shade Room, they actually have McCoy responding, basically saying that they're false claims. He's saying that they're baseless and they're offensive. And he said he had no direct contact with any of the people that was involved in his ex-girlfriend's assault. This happened in Georgia, okay? But let's see. I think this might be Delicia Cordan's friend. I'm not sure if it's a friend or family member. I'm not sure.
A friend. It's a friend.
Okay, so I see it as best friend. I see it. So I'm just going to read this tweet that she put up on Instagram. And she tagged his name in it, all right? She said he's the devil. He's an animal. And that, her best friend didn't say nothing about how he beat the dog they had into kidney failure. All the times that, her best friend, which is Delicia Cordan, stop him from viciously beating their son for small things. She also exposed that he's on steroids, illegal steroids. They kept quiet about his drug use. He also does needles. But I guess she said she got sick and tired being sick and tired. Enough is enough, and she just couldn't keep quiet no more. She said karma is coming, is going to be real. The world needs to know what type of animal you really are. And yeah, so she tagged that, and she actually tagged NFL, TMZ, and the Buffalo Bills because he plays for the Buffalo Bills. And she hashtag animal abuser, hashtag child abuser, and there's a picture of Delicia Cordan badly beaten, and I'm gonna read the story that comes with this. This was posted July 14th, so this happened actually a few days before. Okay, earlier today, a friend of Delicia Cordan posted to social media to blast NFL player LeSean McCoy for allegedly beating her, among other allegations. McCoy quickly responded and denied the claims and said he has had no contact with her for months. According to documents obtained by TMZ, McCoy went to court in June seeking a judge's order to force Cordan to move out of a home he owns in Alpharetta, Georgia. In the documents, he said, defendant is the ex-girlfriend of owner, plaintiff, and refuses to leave. Both McCoy and Cordan were reportedly scheduled to appear in court today, but that had to be pushed back due to a medical emergency involving a member of her lawyer's family. The site reports that also in the documents, Cordan told the court that she and McCoy discussed, I'm guessing, about the case. But like I said, if you want to read more on that Shade Room, go to Shade Room. And this is on my Instagram. I actually posted something about a 911 call that Delicia Cordan made to 911, and she cries and she actually told them that she believes she got set up by LeSean McCoy. Well, I mean, there's no real story on that. It's just the audio, but you can hear it on the Shade Room. You could probably catch it on YouTube. I'm sure they have footage of it on YouTube, so go check it out if you can. So that's the little bit I have for the LeSean McCoy and Delicia Cordan story.
So I'm just basically going to speak on this brief article and let that just be where that's at. So this is coming from foxnews.com, and it says LeSean, aka Shady, McCoy's ex-girlfriend, alleges star running back was behind brutal home invasion assault. So a woman was assaulted during a brutal home invasion at Georgia's house owned by Buffalo Bills star LeSean McCoy hours before a graphic social media post accused the running back of blooding his former girlfriend, police said Tuesday. Investigators determined the home was specifically targeted by the suspect or suspects, and one victim was assaulted by a lone person who demanded specific items from the woman. Milton police told Deadspin in a statement. Police said one female victim was taken to North Fulton Hospital and released. The intruder demanded the woman, identified as Delicia Cordan, hand over specific jewelry McCoy gave her and which he was looking to get back in the midst of the former couple's eviction battle. Cordan's lawyer told the New York Daily News McCoy requested the jewelry be returned in the past and would often suggest to Ms. Cordan that she could be robbed because the jewelry was expensive, her lawyer said. So that was just that brief bout about that. Do I believe that he had a part in it? Sure do. He probably did plan the whole thing. I'm not going to put it past them. People, we need to get past these people who you look up to and idolize and everything. They are still human beings just like you and I. Yeah. And so
they can never do no wrong.
Exactly. And they can do all the wrong in the world.
Right. They're the worst.
Right. And It's just right. And it's just sad because I've seen the picture a while back when when her best friend took a picture of her, what she looked like before and then once she got beaten, like it was just a mess. She looked a mess. Like, I truly believe he set that up.
He did.
I really do. I really believe that he set that up on that girl over some jury or just whatever the case.
He could have. I mean, he could have bought that again. It's not that serious. Materialistic, you can replace it. It's not deep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
so here they say he's claiming that LeSean McCoy mother says he didn't beat, hasn't seen ex-girlfriend in more than a month.
Okay.
So the mother's involved, of course. So LeSean McCoy, who's 25, of the Buffalo Bills, runs against the Miami Dolphins. Okay, they're talking about when he's playing ball. I could care less. So LeSean McCoy's mother Tuesday defended her son against accusations of domestic violence that a woman posted on Instagram. So the mother's name is Daphne McCoy, told BeLive her son dated Delicia Cordan for a year and a half before the couple ended the relationship about 2 months ago. So Daphne McCoy said LeSean hasn't seen the woman since the breakup and asked her to vacate the home they shared in Atlanta, Georgia. So again, it's kind of what me and Uno have already stated. Daphne McCoy, which is the mother, refuted all of those accusations. She said McCoy spent most of the past 2 months training in Miami and hasn't returned to the house he lived in with Cordan. I know he didn't do that to her, Daphne McCoy said. I know he's been in Miami. He hasn't even been in Atlanta. So of course they show a picture. They give a little, she's McCoy's a Harrisburg native, blah, blah. Daphne McCoy and Cordan has remained with her children in the home the couple shared, but LeSean is planning to put the house on market. He doesn't intend to return to living in Georgia and already moved his stuff out of the residence, his mother said, which her name, again, is Daphne McCoy. So I can believe that he did it. And I can also, on the flip side, I like playing the devil's advocate from time to time.
But it makes sense.
I can believe that he did it because it's not an uncommon situation.
And you don't have to be in Atlanta to commit a crime.
Right. So being the devil's advocate, switching it over, and I know this is going to be hard for some people, but also on the flip side, not saying Delicia, but there's women who...
Oh yeah, you spoke on that before,
right,
like 2 weeks ago, I think.
Right. There's women who can do some really grimy stuff to men as well.
Beat themselves up.
That is just not one of those Lifetime movie things. Those are real life things that some women actually do, beat themselves up, hit themselves with doors and do all that other stuff and place blame on place blame on men who actually haven't done anything to them. So that's me playing that quick devil's advocate. So
not to say she did it.
And I'm not saying that she did it. I really was speaking in general about how some women can do that.
Right.
But it's just a shame. That's why we as people need to check ourselves about getting involved with people because truth comes out. Right?
When you finally get with a person.
When you get with that person, a lot of times some truth come out. So for those that the truth don't come out for years, it's crazy. But I'm just saying, like, we had a conversation
about access to Station and his ex-girlfriend.
Right, and the ex-girlfriend.
Same thing.
Right.
It's possible.
It is possible. Like, same type of similar situation.
Abina.
Again, I'm not putting it past him. I'm not putting it past this football player. I really am not. But I was just playing that little quick devil's advocate.
But you have a point there.
But in general, we need to stop jumping in and out of relationships, talk about how we love people and this my wife and this my hubby and all of that. And jumping in and living together, and you have not a freaking clue who these people are. And then when you get in it, y'all had them cute little quick honeymoons,
and it's over.
And then when that honeymoon is over, I mean, that real truth is coming out.
Yes.
And then you have devoted and invested your time and your emotions and everything that's included in that. And then next thing you know, the both of y'all are going head to head and toe to toe with each other. You really don't know each other, and especially if y'all living with each other, that's ugly.
That's a whole another thing.
That is real ugly. Okay, and then y'all get into these relationships where, okay, you get into one, it doesn't work out right. Then you get out of that one. You don't even give your own damn self enough time to mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, psychologically heal from that one, right?
And
then you go to
right
another one less than 6 months into the same similar situation. Then y'all asking your dumbass self, like, why did I get in this situation? Or why is this person, he or she, treating me the way that they're treating me? I'm this wonderful person, and
so what?
It doesn't mean anything. Like, y'all are constantly drawing that same type of negative reaction to yourself. Take time to be by yourself. It's okay to have some space or some time to yourself to collect your thoughts and get your lives together.
And I know pain is uncomfortable. I know dealing with your demons is uncomfortable. I know that. And being by yourself alone when you have no comfort or security from anybody, but a lot of times you have to take that time alone.
You gotta have some self-reflection. Maybe you might need that time alone to get y'all shit together. Like, figure out what, and I'm speaking in general, figure out what y'all wanna do when y'all grow up, like, or figure out like those goals that you've been putting off because you've been focusing on somebody else.
Right.
Focus what you need to do now.
Put nobody down.
I'm not trying to put nobody down, but I'm telling you, from experience, I have done it thinking I can change the relationship.
You
can't. Thinking you either emotionally, financially, or whatever the case may be. It just work out. And I'm fulfilled. And I'm just
away from yourself.
Totally taken away from myself, and I was exhausted then, because that's not happening now. I was, let me get that shit clear.
She had to insert that real quick.
Yeah. I ain't stressed like that.
Yeah, I'm in such a better place. And we don't have disagreements, but I'm saying I'm in a better place because I know better, because I did better, because I took time out for me, what I wanted. If I was to get into another relationship, this is what I wanted, and this is what I have to give back, because it's not just one side. It has to be from both ways.
Right.
So jumping in and out and wanting to be with this person and that, like, stop. You're hurting yourself.
You're dysfunctional.
You're hurting yourself in every type of way.
Starting
with dysfunctional, like you're spiritually
imbalanced.
Everything all imbalanced.
You
like
just thrown off.
Yeah, like give yourself, like, let me just chill out. Get to know who you are.
Relax.
Get to know what you want to do in life. Write it down. Do right. Like, just chill. What Rakim say?
Rakim?
Yeah. What did it come from him? You got to chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to chill. Like, just chill out.
That no coming out of sea.
Yeah.
You got to chill, son. You got to chill.
Right. Like, chill out, y'all. Damn.
They don't get it, man.
They don't get it.
And then wonder why they don't have good fortune.
Why you don't have good fortune. You wonder
why you blocking your blessings.
Blocking your blessings, and why the same repeated thing just keeps happening.
You don't find the right one.
And then you want to put it on social media and talk about this person.
With your drama.
All that damn drama.
Nobody gives a fuck about.
That nobody. Some people care, because then that just, some people feed into that. They like that. But I personally, it just, it's a pet peeve. So it rubs me the wrong way when I have to constantly hear people, whether I know them or not,
they crab it on social media every day.
All the time. You putting your 100% business out there. Don't you know we already being looked at anyway from the outside? I'm not talking about the Facebook, your FBFs. I'm talking about everyone else.
Right.
Don't you know that
visible to everybody.
We're visible to everyone.
Right.
People who might want to hire you when they look at your social media. They check you out and be like,
You didn't think about that, did you?
Right. So, I mean, you got to keep it cute and keep it gully, y'all. Like, do something with your lives. Change it up.
Right.
Change it up.
Focus on yourself.
Focus on you. We say it on this podcast. I say it on my Aisha Speaks Jade Facebook
say it outside
page.
Of
we say it
show.
outside of the show. Like self-care. Do self-care. Some of y'all start looking real ugly.
Yeah.
You look
pathetic.
You look pathetic. You look at ugly internally and externally, and your whole physical physique is just, you're looking bad. Okay, because I used to look like that, and
people suck you dry, man.
Right, and I've said that plenty of times before. My past, where it's been to the point where I don't even remember half the time if I washed my ass. I was in a real bad relationship. It wound up being, I was just so depressed and such in a unstable mental condition. I was laying on the floor every day. I got up one day and looked, and it looked like it was my body. Just my body imprint. You know, when people are dead and they put that tape or they put them things around a dead person.
Identify
right.
A body that was there.
That's how I wind up looking. I can admit that. I'm honest and authentic with myself. It had gotten that bad. And then I started losing weight rapidly. And people was like, damn, girl, your pants falling off. So you people, take time out for yourself. That's all I'm saying. I'm not preaching. I'm speaking. I'm
preaching or judging or whatever.
I'm not doing. I'm coming from a genuine place. Take care of yourself. Have self-love. Have self-respect in yourself. Can't nobody respect you if you don't respect your damn self.
Can't nobody love you either.
Can't nobody love you if you don't love yourself. You have to know your worth.
Right. And you gotta be selfish too.
And it's okay to be selfish and say no.
Come on, let's keep it real. Sometimes, at times you got to be selfish with yourself.
Men and women,
put your feet down.
Exactly. Stop being these babies' daddies and babies' mamas to these unworthy people who don't require your goodness that you give or your genuineness that you give. Stop.
They don't deserve it.
They don't deserve it.
Period.
Men, stop it too. It's for men and women. This goes to. I see it. I see it on social media. I see it at work. I see it and hear it on the street. It's time to stop. It's time to get you together. We don't never know when our time is coming. So live your best life right now, as much as you can. Get spiritually in tune, or whatever your understanding is. Do that for yourself. I had to learn it because nobody taught me that.
I learned
the hard way too.
Because look, I can tell some stories now.
Boy, some of them stories we have.
I've been in very dark places. Physically, I was sick. Mentally, I was sick. Spiritually, I wasn't in tune like I should have been. So it's a lot of shit I went through, and it's what made me who I am today. So I thank you for all the experiences. I thank you for the damn experiences.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
y'all taught me a lot. Absolutely. About what I don't want and don't need and won't ever need again. Absolutely. And it made me who I am right now. I'm a better person. I go about things a lot better now. The last ex I was with made me realize my self-worth, that I need to do better. See, it's okay to have these uncomfortable conversations. You got to be honest with yourself sometimes in order to make changes, in order to move forward. But if you can't have these conversations with yourself, then you're not ready for no change at all. You want to be stuck in that same position your sorry ass is in now.
Right.
So, like I said, the last one I broke that when we broke up, we didn't have no kind of relationship no more. I said, you know what? It's time.
Watch. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's time to really. It's time to really value myself more, cautious of the females I date, and if I ever get a relationship, be cautious of the woman that I'm in a relationship with. So I had.
You have to have expectations.
Yeah, because I was growing too. No, I was growing too much. Settling. I was growing to a spiritual person that I couldn't have no one who vibed on the Lord. I needed someone that could match me. So I took my time. I wasn't in a rush. People say I was picky. I don't give a damn. That's fine too.
But it's okay to be picky.
But I tell you one thing, I ain't know what no fucked up person like a lot of these motherfuckers is. Cause I took my time. Cause everything ain't good. Just cause look good don't mean it's good.
Don't mean it's good. Just like all money is not good money.
Nah. What spiritually can a woman do for me? What's her aspiration? What's her goals? What's her religious path? How does she treat people? I go off a vibe too. Can I be around her?
Mm-hmm.
Can I be comfortable with her? Can I let my guard down? It's so many things you gotta look at, people. And like Jay said, start jumping in these damn relationships and you really get to know people. There's no rush. And then we didn't even have sex right away. And that's another thing. That's what kills a lot of relationships.
That's right. Put that out there. Yes.
Well, shit, I'm keeping
it's true. It's true.
I mean, it is what it is. We didn't
have
sex right away.
Real rap.
Because we took our times to know each other on a deeper level than just physical before we can even get to that. And plus, we had to make sure we was where we was at health-wise as well.
Oh yeah.
See, that's building trust. That's that trust. Where the trust comes in.
Sure did. Both got tested.
Yes, ma'am. Did. Yes, ma'am. Even if it was good or bad.
Nope.
I mean, it's none of y'all damn business if it was good or bad, but I'm just saying in
for
general.
Us, right.
For us.
Right.
I mean, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, because people just sleep with each other. You don't know what kind of mindset they have, what their mentality, where they have health-wise. You don't know what they got. You don't know who they slept with previous to you. How many, really?
Right, how many?
They won't tell you nothing. No one gets tested. Next thing you know, someone got some stuff, and you can't get rid of it. In some cases, you can, and then it goes to something else because someone find out someone want to kill somebody or beat up somebody. Like, it's just too much, man. It's too much going on out here, man. So you have to be really mindful and careful and be very selective of the females you date. Even if you're
females or males.
Or males. And this applies to the women who dates males or males who date males. You still got to be cautious and mindful of who you date.
All of it.
And if you get a relationship, you got to be mindful of that too. You got to really get to know these damn people, y'all, because y'all doing too damn much jump from damn relationship to relationship like damn bunny rabbits.
This
having sex with motherfuckers you barely know. And wonder why y'all could do better.
And y'all should know better. Y'all getting older. Y'all should not still be doing that 17, 16, 17, 18, 50, early 20s.
All that stuff.
All that. Y'all getting older. Like, y'all gotta wise up. Nobody gonna, I'm truly not gonna treat nobody like no damn baby. Y'all grown. I'm grown. Y'all grown. So you act like you grown. You grown. You say you grown, then be grown. Do responsible adult shit.
Right. And I'm not saying we perfect. I'm far from damn perfect.
No, I'm not.
I don't do a lot of messing up in my life,
boy.
Because I mean, I kept it real with Jade about this. Like I
kept it real too.
I used to mess with different females,
and I used to be in different relationships myself.
And I wasn't shit. Like I just didn't give a damn. Like I'll be the type of motherfucker that be in a relationship, but then want the partner that I'm with to have sex with a girl that I don't know like that. Like I was just disrespectful all the way around. I just did a lot of fuck shit and then really just messed with different women that had no substance to them at all. That brought no value to my life, and I'm sure they felt the same way about me. And that's fine. I don't care. That was then, this is now.
Mm-hmm.
But the point I'm trying to make is, man, when you go through these relationships, yeah, you take a lot of baggage with you, and mentally, it just brings you down. And then when you get into another relationship, you take that with you, and then it just affects every relationship that you get in the future. So like it's a cycle. So you have to heal. Like Jay said, take time to yourself and heal. And that's what I had to do. Take time to myself and heal.
Too. Me too. And if you can't do it on your own, my suggestion, go. Hey, it's nothing wrong with support groups. It's nothing wrong with therapists or counselors. If that's something that you need to get you to start getting you to a balanced place and start being on your own personal healing journey, recovery journey, then do it. It don't have to be for the rest of your life. You can do it for as long as you need to do it, but do it, because trying to do it by yourself and know that you can't do it, you taking yourself to an early grave. That's how I feel about it. Taking yourself to an early grave. So stop.
Right. You have to stop.
Stop.
It does make you realize when you do take time to yourself, you respect yourself more, and you respect the people that you get with.
Exactly.
And I had to learn that. I had to be respectful.
And you start watching who you're around, who you surround yourself with, and that negative self-talk. Because we do a lot. I should speak shade on in regards to negative self-talk. You have to watch doing negative self-talk. You have to watch the company that you keep, the people who you want to be around. You start being choosy, and I don't care. There's nothing wrong about being choosy, honey, because this is your life. Be choosy. It's your choice. Be careful about who you surround yourself with, and it's okay to say no. And you don't have to explain it. You're grown.
Right. We all grown. Why? Like you're a kid, got to explain to them why you said no. Come on now.
You don't have to. You don't have
to. If they say no, keep it moving. Shut up. Keep it moving. Hey, I mean, you're not going to get everything you want. That's life.
That's life. Yes.
So, but you're right, Jade. I mean, like I said,
and you're right as well, because
I respect myself, and I respect, like when I got myself together, I respect me more, and I respect the future people that came into my life. My mindset was how I handle relationships, because I was going down a downhill spiral very quickly.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad that I know today how to love myself and how to respect myself and know my worth and hold my head up as the goddess that I am. Queen, yeah, but I'm a goddess. And I couldn't say that years ago. From the time I was young, growing up, from people bullying me, knocking me down, calling me names, to bad relationships through the years. But today I am a goddess, and I hold my head up, and you're going to give me respect.
Right.
You're going to give me respect. That's because I said so. You have to know your worth.
And if they can't give you respect,
and if they can't, then they need to go ahead about themselves, because it's not gonna happen.
I ain't got time.
And I love the relationship that I'm in, even with its challenges and struggles at times. And I love the fact that when we need space, we respect each other with that space, so that when we come back, we are regrouped
and being rational once we start communicating.
Exactly. So it's
we can get some things resolved.
Right. Talk, y'all. Right. Communication is a big thing that people don't do.
I think that's why a lot of relationships fail these days.
A lot of relationships they do, because the communication sucks. The respect is not there.
Nope.
The honesty. You're not being truthful with each other. Tell each other, talk about the good, bad, and indifference.
Whether it hurts them or not, you got to talk about it. Lay it all on the table.
Right. Then if it's not for you, once you lay it on the table, then it's just not for you. And stop trying to force shit.
That's true.
And please, people, stop trying to buy people with your money. Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Please, it is not good. Stop trying to buy love. It doesn't work. From anyone, relationships, intimate relationships, family relationships, work relationships, friend relationships. Like, just if a person can't accept, as I say, your authentic self, the good, bad, and indifferent, then they don't need to be with you, and vice versa.
True. Yeah.
I don't have that many friends anymore. I count on 2 hands. 1 hand. This is my best friend right here. All of
you saw how I pointed fast. That's the only friend. The only. I said that. The only.
Now I have a lot of, I know a lot of people.
I know a lot
and
of
I
people.
do have some associates that I am cool with. But the only best friend I have is
real friend.
A genuine, real best friend is the person that I'm sitting right next to. Of 5.5 years, going on 6. So I'm very grateful that I can just be myself, my total self, as weird or unique or special, crazy, or
how awkward it is.
And I can be as vulnerable as I want to be.
Transparent.
Exactly. I can laugh one time and then the next minute I'm crying, then I'm going right back to laughing. I can do that and there's no judgment. Right. That's the type of person that I wanted. And that's what the universe creator gave to me.
Right.
So I'm very appreciative.
Me too. And I just want to insert one more thing in here. And you talked about friends. Another thing you got to be careful with in your relationship, having friends around your relationship. Because people get jealous of that. Did you hear that? People, be wise of the friends you let around your relationship. Because they be trying to break up a happy home.
Over here like,
I'm not speaking on ones who are already suffering in a relationship and have a broken damn home and then a friend come in and fuck it up anyway. I'm talking about people who are actually happy and there's a friend or two or whatever that try to break up that happy home. And those people you got to get rid of too. Because you can tell that they're miserable and unhappy themselves. And that's why we don't have a lot of people around us at all. Sorry, buddy.
I mean, I am an extrovert and I don't mind being cordial, but from past experience in relationships that I thought at that time was, a happy place, and inviting people in, those people in my experience, it didn't go too well. Didn't go too well at all. And also for me, from learned experience, and I hear it at work a lot and hear just people talk on the trains or buses. I personally, and I know people say never, but I don't, what's the saying that they say here? Don't get your honey where your money at. Being in a relationship with somebody that work at the same job as you. I hear a lot of that at my job, that it just don't go well. And when it don't go well, it's just drama at work. It's just a lot that's going on.
I just say don't piss where you lay it. and just don't mix personal with business. Period.
Money where your honey at, honey where the money, however it go. Been there, done that. Don't mix it.
Keep it separate.
Okay, so I wouldn't, based on my experience.
But most experiences, everybody should know that how that's gonna go now. So I'm gonna need.
Don't act.
Don't need for y'all to start flexing like it don't go to shit when you deal with each other. Because most cases it does. It doesn't work for a lot of people. That's why they say keep personal separate from business, and that's for a reason. It ain't just out there to be said and it sound good. It's through experiences that they put that saying out there into the atmosphere. So yeah, it's gonna cause problems and have a whole bunch of drama and someone losing. And that's another thing. You're not looking at the financial part. Cause what if you lose your job? It's not like you're gonna quickly get a job in 2-3 weeks. You you got bills to pay. Don't have kids now. That's a whole nother thing you gotta pay. You gotta kick out on money. So you gotta look at all this stuff. You gotta really think rational about this stuff. I mean, you got to really see. You got to see the future with this, man. You got to really sit it out and think about this. It got to be well thought out. If this is really worth sacrificing everything that you work for in general. It ain't just financial. I'm talking about all around, everything.
That's true.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I'm good on that.
I've had a couple experiences and
nah.
No.
Don't get me wrong. You know, at work, I'm cordial with everybody. I'm just saying in general. This is just in general. Yeah. But my thing is, in general, I just keep it cordial, shoot the shit a little bit. I do that with everybody there, but shoot the shit. I don't get too deep, keep it moving, and go to hell home after I do my work. I don't get deep when I get off. And truth be told, so you think I'm going to fucking entertain it?
Yeah, I hear you.
Come on now, because you know most jobs you go at, someone gonna like you. But you know, if you're in a relationship, don't do it. Keep it. Alleviate that. Keep it separate. And go about your business. Time to go home. It's not that deep. It ain't worth it.
So that's all for me because this has been acting up again. It was doing really good for a little while, and I see that it has.
Well, now it's back doing something.
It's
don't you hit that button in the end.
I'm not going to hit it because I'm actually done, and I don't want it to stop us anymore. I think we should just put our social media on here in the comments for them to find us.
Yes, they can do that, but we at least give them something to work with.
We'll give them something. Give them something. www.chitchatchewshow.com. That is our website for you to check out all former guests that have been on our show, whether it was here through this social media or when we were at the studio. www.chitchatchewshow.com. We have several different sponsorship packages. If you're interested in our sponsorship packages, we have a link where you can donate to our very much legal business. It is an LLC, where if you would like to donate to our business, we have that donate button. We have the link where you can sign in to be a guest. If you just want to keep updated. What else do we have?
Yeah. We just on there.
Posts have _show@yahoo.com. Again, that is chitchatchew_at_yahoo.com.
All right.
If you want to be a guest on our show. All guests, all forms of art or artists, small businesses, entrepreneurs, freelancers, liaisons, grassroots. Hit us up on that chitchatchew _ our show. Freeze us up and come share it. Any topics that you have.
All right. Well, with that being said, she gave you a handful, and we about to end on this note. Good night. Everyone have a good one.
Night.
Peace.
Have a good evening. Have a better tomorrow.